Welcome back. We've now created a material that gives us an outline effect as well as a color tinting effect. And this is a post-process material called PP Highlight. We're now going to learn how we can blend between two different materials to give us a scrolling line effect. And we're going to use material functions to do that. So here in our materials folder, right-click, and in Materials and Textures, select Material Function. And we're going to call this F_glow material. Now open up F_glow material. Now you might be presented with this pop-up that says missing function output result. So it's going to complain at you right away, even before you have a chance to complete it, which is nice. So go ahead and close out that warning message. We're going to right-click and type make material attributes, and we'll get this make material attributes node. It's got a whole bunch of inputs and one output, and we can plug that into the output result. Now let's just see how this works. Hold down 3 and left click to create a color and give it some sort of value and hook that value up to base color. Let's add scalar constants to some of these other ones. So I'm going to hold 1 and click 3 times to get 3 values. And I'm going to plug one into metallic, I'm going to plug one into specular, and I'm going to plug one into roughness. Now I'm going to leave the one plugged into metallic at 0. I'm going to take this one plugged into specular, and I'm going to put it at 0.8. And I'm going to take this one plugged into roughness, and I'm going to put it at 0.6. Next, I'm going to go back to my materials folder. And I'm going to create a new material. So right click, click material, and I'm going to call this one M_SMG_matte. This will be a material for our SMG. Open up this M_SMG matte. In material, there's a property called use material attributes. Go ahead and select that. And now our node collapses to only take one input parameter, and that's a material attributes parameter. Now we're going to drag in our new material function. So back here in the content browser, take our new F_glow material, click and drag it up to our M_SMG matte tab and release it here. Now it doesn't have an output pin. That's because we need to go to our F_glow material and click save. So once we've saved this, we can come back in here and we have this result. Go ahead and hook this up for the material attributes. So now this M_SMG matte is a material that's using this material function. Let's see how it looks. Let's go back into the editor, and here where we have this nice cube, select the cube and select its static mesh component here in the details panel. Now clear this search bar if it has anything and scroll down to the materials part. Here we're going to use our new M_SMG matte. Drag it on straight in from the content browser. Now it doesn't look like anything yet because we need to go up into our SMG matte and either apply or save. Let's click apply and save. Now back here in the editor, we'll see that our cube looks different. It's now using those attributes that we set in the material function. Now here in the material function, looks like I didn't really choose a color. Let's go ahead and give this a color and click apply. Now back here in the viewport, we can see once it's compiled, and after it's done loading, we'll see our new color. So we basically created a material that uses a material function, so that's great. Now the beauty comes in when we can blend different material functions together. Let's create a new material function. So in materials and textures, material function. And let's call this one F_Bellica_guns. And let's open this material. You may get this pop-up again. Go ahead and close it. Now let's go and find the actual material for Bellica's guns. We can go into our Paragon Lieutenant Bellica /characters/heroes/Bellica/materials and search for guns. And here we have M_Bellica guns. Go ahead and open that. Now, if you scroll out, you'll see that just like our material we created in the previous videos, there's a whole lot of nodes and a whole lot of wires. These things can start looking pretty horrific pretty quickly. Well, we're going to highlight all of this stuff except for the very last node there. That's that return node. Highlight everything in here and Control C to copy it. And let's go back into fBellica Guns, scroll out nice and far, and Control V and paste all that stuff in here. And we're going to scroll into the very last node, that result, and just hook it up to our output result. So now we have a material function that is essentially the exact same thing as the mbellica Guns material. Go ahead and save that. So now that we have a material function that's essentially the same as the Bellica Guns material, let's go back into the editor in the content browser in our materials folder. Let's clear the search bar, go into our post-process materials, and let's take our new fBellica Guns material, click and drag it into our MSMG mat and release it. So we now have two material functions in our MSMG mat material. We're going to blend these two together with a node called Blend Material Attributes. Right-click and type Blend Material Attributes and use that. We're going to plug in fGlow Material into A, fBellica Guns into B, and of course alpha determines how much of which one we get. So let's hold 1 and click and plug that in. Now don't forget to get the output of this and plug it into the material attributes. And for alpha, why don't we go ahead and give this a value of 0.5 and see how this looks. Now go ahead and click Save and give it a moment to save. Now let's go back into the map. Now you can see that it looks pretty funny on the cube because we're mixing in the Bellica Guns material, but we can put this on a gun in the world and see how it looks. So let's select one of the guns, select the item mesh in the details panel, and scroll down to the fourth element in this materials. That's the one with the guns, and we're going to use MSMG mat. Now you're going to need to give this a second to load. And once it's done loading, we'll see that we have our material applied to the gun tinted by our other material. So it's basically half and half the blue material and half the gun material. So this shows us how we can use material functions in a material and blend them using a blend material attributes node. So we've went ahead and created an fBellica Guns material function so that we can use it and blend based on some sort of number value. In the next video, we're going to learn how to make this a parameter, and we can drive this value based on code logic. So we'll see you in the next video.